Have you ever noticed that the people the closest to us have the biggest power to hurt us? I genuinely believe that relationships are our biggest teachers in this life, not because they are perfect, but because we are going through things in relationship that we could never go through without other people on our own, right? Every conflict, every argument, every problem in any type of relationship leads us to understand part of our wounds or part in us that needs healing, right? You wouldn't understand it without the other person. But what most of the people do is instead of asking the right questions, they are asking, what am I doing wrong? Why this relationship doesn't work? What should I do better? And they go to different relationship. They change the partner, they blame the partner, right? And they think if it was something else, someone else, right, then it would just work out. So they don't say it's their problem, right? And it may look like it's not, like they may be the best partners, very comfortable, very convenient, and then they would think like, okay, I'm offended, but for what? So, but the right question to ask is like, what is this partner actually mirroring me? Like, what is the part of me that I don't want to see, that I don't want to work with, right? Not how do I fix this person or how do I go to the next one and try to build relationships, right? And the biggest and the clearest symptoms that prove what I just said is overgiving in relationship, friendships, work, relationship, and everything. This is a symptom of something much, much bigger in you. And welcome to my channel. My name is Yulia, and in this video, we're going to discuss how overgiving is formed, why it's slowly killing every type of relationship. And of course, I'll explain to you 5 steps like why it does so and how to exit this overgiving state, even if you feel you're very dependent. So keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more relative videos. So as usual, I want to use a metaphor. So you see a plant in front of me, or you can look at any tree. If the branches are dry and the plant is sick, you don't blame the branches, right? You don't say like, oh my God, if I remove this branch, everything's gonna be okay. Because the roots are the issue, right? Everything's happening underneath. And if the roots are okay, the plant is gonna be okay. Same works in love. Overgiving is exactly the same. And today I wanna show you 5 things that it steals from you slowly, and then it steals your relationship. Before we go to those 5 things, I want you to understand what overgiving is, because a lot of us think of it as something really positive. It's like a kindness, you know? If I give to people a lot and they don't give me back, I'm the good person here. They're the bad people, right? This is what society is thinking about overgiving, and it's kind of nurtured. But why it's overgiving? First of all, it's excessive giving, right? If something is excessive, the law of balance is broken. This is one thing. The second thing is you mostly overgive because you expect something back. That's what I always say. You don't overgive because you're such a generous person. All you want to do is give. No, overgiving is mostly based on the wound, on the trauma of earning love, because you think that the more effort you do actually towards this person, the more he's going to give you back. And that's how overgiving is created. And then you feel, even in friendships, that you gave so much to these people and they don't appreciate you enough. They are the bad people. But imagine if you were walking in their shoes, someone is coming to you, giving you a gift, and immediately looking at you, expecting you give them even a better gift, and they give you more. And you just like, you're left with an obligation. And if someone is obliged to do something, if someone is living in this have to, they want to run. This is our nature, human nature. They don't want to be around you, because if you give from real love, like you give a gift and you don't expect something back, it's one thing. But most of the time, overgivers, they have this energetic feeling of expecting back. And this is what pushes people away. I hope you understand that. And one more thing, you don't express your needs with your words. You just do something and you expect them to get what you want, which they don't. And then it's destroying any type of relationship. And at the end, you are not even realizing that you're the one who started this cycle, not them. Okay, so I want you to get it. Now, let's talk about these things that overgiving is taking from you. And then we're going to discuss how to overcome overgiving patterns in you. So, first, you stop planting love and start performing for it. As you see, I use this tree metaphor today because I love it. So, imagine you're planting a flower. So you like just like what I showed you, right? You wouldn't dig it every single day to check if it's like growing. You don't trust the process. You say, how else can I make it grow faster, better? You do this way, right? You simply don't understand that the plant has to grow by itself. And yes, you have to do some actions, which is like to put it in the soil, but then it's up to him to grow. Same with love. Because love becomes something that you need to manufacture and perform for it, which is overgiver's policy, right? Now, number two, you stop watering your own roots. So imagine you're also a plant and you're putting all the water into this other plant. First of all, he can become sick because of the excessive water. Second of all, you will become dry because you have no energy, no water to survive, right? So your life becomes boring, dull. Your energy depends on the other plant. If he's gonna maybe share his watery soil with you, and if he doesn't, you are not gonna survive. So this is how you feel in overgiving. And slowly your roots become weaker and you don't bloom anymore. So the biggest betrayal is not the one that you commit to someone else, is the one that you do to yourself when you abandon yourself, just like you abandon your own roots. Now, number three, you destroy the balance of the garden. So garden has multiple, flowers. It has the sun, it has the water, it has the soil, the space. Imagine you are watering just one side and the other side becomes dry and dies slowly, right? Same with the sun only on one side. Same works in relationship. If you carry the emotional weight on your shoulders by giving, the balance is getting broken and the plant is not going to survive, this journey, right? And people say that the other person is selfish and doesn't want to do anything for you, but that's not because of this is because the space is taken by you. The responsibility is taken, especially if you're a woman and the man does this. Like, he has no room to do anything because you do it for yourself. You took the whole garden on your side. So, of course, it's not going to work, Now, number four, the leaves slowly turn into resentment. But we discussed already that leaves and branches, they can only die and become weak because of the roots. So, if we look at the nature of trees, so first leaves, they become dry, then they fall. Same with resentment in relationship. First you give, then you feel guilty if you don't give enough. You think it's your fault. Something is not working because if you give a little bit more, it's gonna work. And then resentment is formed. You start feeling, this is very common. You gave it all and now they don't give you anything back. And you start feeling like, why they don't give me back? Don't I deserve something in return? And resentment is formed more and more and more. And you become more angry, maybe passive aggressive, and it starts spiraling, right? Number five, you forget in the first place what you were growing. One day you look at your own garden and you see that all the branches are dry and dead, and you don't even know why. That's why I say that the problem is underground. It's not on the surface. Because you forgot your needs. You forgot what your life is about, what you love doing. You were so focused on this other person's happiness and on giving to this other person that you completely forgot about your own garden, that it needs planting, it needs energy, it needs your attention, it needs your love, just the same way you give it to them. And you're given enough to share with the other person and to give to yourself. But just like we say on a plane, first you put mask on for yourself, then you help the other person. But you forgot it. So your garden becomes dead. And when the person leaves you because of overgiving, you're left with this empty garden, not understanding why. You spend years helping him but you forgot about this, right? So now let's discuss how to exit this overgiving pattern, what to do. So I'll tell you something that people don't usually say. So a lot of people, when it comes to overgiving, they say that, let's say, relationship broke because of this pattern, and they tell you, okay, you need to work on affirmations, you need to work on I love you concept more, you need to now give to yourself, you need to replant the garden, etc. It's good thing, but remember what I said to you from the beginning. You can break one old branch and hoping another one will grow, and it will grow, but in 2 weeks it's again the same cycle, because the roots are rotten. So we cannot fix the issue on the surface only. We need to go there, to go down, which leads me to explain to you that all this overgiving, or fear of vulnerability, fear of rejection, or like fear of not doing enough, all of this is just the surface, and your actions towards other people in relationship, even in friendships, it's just the branches. There is much more underneath, which is actually creating this pattern of the behavior, the roots. And the roots can be, I am not enough, I can't be enough, I need to deserve love, to be loved. All of these programs that are there underneath, which you don't even understand, you don't even realize. Yes, you may feel like, yeah, I feel I'm not enough. But subconscious programs very rarely can be understood with your mind, but they can be felt with the body. So these programs are actually rotting your tree. And overgiven is just something that comes out of it. And I want you to understand that this is why I work with birth code psychology, because of course, hypnotherapy can do this as well, or any like spiritual tools, channeling. You can understand like what's rotting your roots through different ways, but you can spend so much time doing that, because not every subconscious mind is open. Not every subconscious mind is not traumatized enough, to open up. This is why I use birth code psychology. I leave my free calculator under this video so you can start understanding what are your programs, what are your roots, and how broken they are, how rotten they are. And I want you to do this work, like this task, and check it out, because then you will understand what's actually leading to the overgiving. I'll give you an example. If my program is 2, life path, relationship code 2, which is the truth, my relationship program is 2. I am overgiving because I think that this is the only way that the person will love me, because I have a program inside that by myself I'm not good enough, I cannot be loved without results. Because I have 11, not even 2. And it makes me act this way at work, in friendships, always running after people, chasing them, proving them that I'm good, look at me, I'm good. So, and you will see in my calculator that there are actions that could help you. So, and they can be even silly. So for 11, it could be daily sport for 30 minutes, and then creating some sort of community for women where you can share this enormous love and overgive, where people actually can value that. At work, for example, if you're a psychologist, and much more, right? So I want you to understand what are these rotten roots. And of course, all the 5 steps I talked about, live through them, understand, because 50% of the problem is resolved once you understand. The other 50 is resolved when you live through the experience. I hope you love this video. Please follow my page for more guidance. Comment below which other videos you want to see, or if you have any suggestions or any questions on what I just shared, I will be happy to answer those questions. Much love.